overpowering beauty. Modern cities. Excitement. Awesome panoramas. Adventure. Endless vistas and attractions. Incredible wildlife. Early man and epic history. The mining story. The splendor of the seasons. Colorado has it all. This is magnificent Colorado. The early morning mists slowly lift, revealing wildlife and snow-covered craggy peaks. These lofty pinnacles are the summit of the continent, the mighty Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Estes Park is the east entrance to the wonders of Rocky Mountain National Park. It represents the best of American mountain scenery. During the last ice age, immense glaciers formed near the mountain peaks and gouged and scoured their way down these river valleys, depositing vast amounts of rock and rubble here at Moraine Park. The remnants of these great glaciers are still visible today. An invigorating trail leads the hiker to beautiful Cub Lake. Bear Lake is the hub to the more popular recreation areas within the park. Nearby Hallett Peak reaches nearly 13,000 feet. Spectacular vistas and vast wilderness await the visitor that heads west on the famous Trail Ridge Road. You may wish to make your first stop at Horseshoe Park. Here, wildlife abounds. Elk herds roam the area. The bighorn sheep come down to feed regularly at Sheep Lakes. The vista south from Trail Ridge Road includes Long's Peak, the northernmost 14,000-foot peak in the Rockies. It is visible throughout the park. Trail Ridge Road is the highest paved highway in the United States, and it is one of the most unique mountain roads in the world. It takes us to the heart of the Rockies with descriptive names for special places: Forest Canyon and rock-cut overlooks, Wild Basin, Never Summer Range, Iceberg Pass, Beaver Meadows. Perhaps Perhaps the most dramatic impression along the trail ridge is reaching the timber line. 1/3 of the park is above tree line. The stark beauty above and the verdant alpine valleys and glistening lakes below make this area one of the most gifted on Earth. Rocky Mountain National Park was created in 1915, with one of its major purposes to protect the fragile alpine tundra through which Trail Ridge Road carefully winds. Over 300 alpine plants make up the tundra cover of the park. About 25% of these plants are also found in the Arctic. Only the hardiest plants can survive this harsh environment. A half-hour hike on tundra trails reveals to the visitor the unique beauty of this rugged yet fragile world. The park is a wildlife sanctuary. A large variety of animals flourish within its diverse life zones. This includes the bighorn, living symbol of the park. The summit of Trail Ridge Road is reached at 12,183 feet. Nearby is the Alpine Visitor Center, a great place to learn about the surrounding splendor, have a hearty meal, and visit an interesting gift shop. Beyond the summit, Trail Ridge Road descends to Grand Lake and the Colorado River. Mesa Verde is a World Heritage Park. Archaic people are believed to have occupied the region prior to 5000 BC. The nearby Dolores River Valley produced archaic evidence dating to 2000 BC. About 30,000 years ago, early man crossed an existing land bridge between Asia and Alaska. Some of these ancient people settled in the Four Corners area, occupying primitive campsites and hunting wild animals for food. Many lived in caves in cliff walls. Later, Indians built pit houses, storage cists, and other more advanced structures. By 1000 AD, stonemasonry was learned, kivas developed, and the great pueblos were begun. Today, hundreds of thousands of visitors arrive each year to visit these inspiring cities in the cliffs and to hear the fascinating story of the ancient ones. They are able to see and experience so much. They climb the ladders, see the mesa-top ruins and the fields where the crops were grown, contemplate the deep canyons, and muse over the function of the strategically placed round towers, examine their pottery and art, and above all, explore their dwellings. Yet today the visitor sees only the culmination of these hundreds of years of development. They represent the last of countless links that extend back for several thousand years. As you roam these incredible structures, you may feel a bond with those ancient people. For 6 centuries, the elements wore away the pueblos on the mesa tops. Their verdant fields withered and were overgrown. Their ingenious irrigation system decayed. But the great cities, protected by the overhanging cliffs, have endured to this very day. Eastward lies a high valley, the San Luis. It stretches 50 miles between two great mountain ranges. At the valley's eastern edge rises an enormous field of towering sand dunes, some of the highest dunes on Earth. This is the Great Sand Dunes National Park. The winds are constantly shaping and reshaping the great dunes. Hopefully, future generations of visitors will also be able to stand here in awe and watch the ever-changing dunes. Southern Colorado is a land of vast panoramas, and it is a kaleidoscope of color in the fall. Near the small town of Antonito lies the exciting Cumbres-Toltec Scenic Railroad. These authentic narrow-gauge steam-powered trains carry thousands of visitors annually through some of southern Colorado's most scenic areas. Various all-day trips afford spectacular views of the rugged San Juan and Sangre de Cristo mountain ranges. One trip takes you all the way to Chama, New Mexico. Passengers can enjoy the comfort of enclosed train cars, or if they choose, can experience the splendid outdoor vistas from airy open cars. Why, you will even experience the thrill of a real railroad tunnel. Hovenweep is a Ute Indian word meaning lonely valley. Here at Hovenweep National Monument, the name seems fitting, but it gives quiet testimony to the advanced culture of the people that occupied this area from 500 to 1300 AD. There are 6 separate groups of ruins here. The best preserved and most impressive is named after this tower. It is known as the Square Tower Ruins. Nature has lavished her beauty on southern Colorado. Towering mountains, deep valleys, roaring streams, lush forests abound. Durango is where the Old West is alive and well. It is one of many Colorado towns with groups of well-preserved buildings that have been designated by the Colorado Historical Society and the National Park Service as National Historic Districts. This road is the famous scenic route of U.S. Highway 550 that runs north from Durango to Silverton and Ouray through the rugged San Juan Mountains. The San Juan Range is geologically much younger than the other Colorado mountain ranges. Silverton is one of the most famous towns of the Old West. It started life in the 1800s as Baker's Park. It is now the county seat of San Juan County, but began as an obscure mining town, growing steadily thanks to its mineral wealth. Its mines created the need for the building of the narrow-gauge railroad, the smelter in Durango, and more than 500 miles of track to Denver. Visitors today revel in the authentic living history generated by the mining and the steam railroading. The friendly people of Silverton complete the picture that has fascinated filmmakers in more than 30 productions. The Durango-Silverton Railroad has its northern terminus at Silverton. This narrow-gauge, coal-burning passenger train winds through the rugged San Juan Mountains between Durango and Silverton. The rail line, which was originally an outlet for all the booming mining towns of the area, has been in continuous use since 1882. It is a delight to young and old alike. A trip on its clattering rails with the chug of the dependable steam engine, winding its way through the glorious mountain scenery, is one that you will not soon forget. The area around Silverton is rich with the lore of the once bustling mines that poured their riches into the town of Silverton. Between 1882 and 1918, $65 million in ore was produced from the Las Animas mining district. Many historic ghost towns still dot the valleys, and remnants of abandoned mines are everywhere. The spectacularly scenic $1 Million Highway leads north from Silverton. To drive it is to know that it is one of the nation's most beautiful. There are craggy snow-covered mountains, thundering cascades, nearly perpendicular cliffs. The original road was blasted from the side of these cliffs well before the turn of the century. Ouray, without a doubt, is one of the most picturesque towns in the United States. Its charm, surrounded by the alpine splendor of towering 14,000-foot peaks, is simply stunning. Although the town has always attracted tourists, a wealth of silver and gold from the surrounding mountains created and sustained it. The Black Canyon of the Gunnison is one of the most fascinating geological displays of the West. This national park embraces 13,672 acres. The name Black Canyon comes from the dark and somber colors of the rock here. The Gunnison River has cut a gorge 2,700 feet deep through some of the oldest rocks on Earth. To the east, US 50 reaches the summit of the Rockies in southern Colorado at Monarch Pass. One of the nation's mighty rivers, the Arkansas, has its headwaters in the Rockies. Even here, near its source, the river is a surging torrent. The river is well known for its treacherous rapids, but with an experienced guide, it is a safe and thrilling experience to go whitewater rafting down the Arkansas near the Royal Gorge. The Royal Gorge of the Arkansas River is a unique highlight of Colorado. Located near Canyon City, this dizzying chasm drops 1,200 feet down vertical canyon walls. To really appreciate the gorge's depth, get out of your car and walk across one of the world's highest suspension bridges. Or even better, ride across the gorge in an aerial tram car. The view of the canyon from above is breathtaking. While you can even ride down into the deep gorge via an incline railway. Complete facilities are available for the tourist at the visitor center. An exciting miniature train is a joy to the young and the young at heart. In eastern Colorado, near Las Animas, lies part of Colorado's historic past, Bent's Fort. A National Historic Site, the old trading post built on this location in 1850 has been restored. It was the department store for trappers, Indians, and early travelers, and was an important link in the Santa Fe Trail. Colorado Springs ranks as one of the most popular vacation spots in the nation. The dry, fresh air, lots of sunshine, and excellent resorts attract thousands. 14,000-foot Pikes Peak towers overhead. The area boasts of endless recreational activities and attractions. Among them is the Pikes Peak Cog Railway. This is an invigorating trip to the very top of one of the nation's highest peaks. The Garden of the Gods, located close to Colorado Springs, is one of the state's most popular attractions. It is a 1,300-acre natural park with massive formations of red sandstone. They have been carved by erosion into all sorts of fanciful and striking shapes. Many have fitting names: Siamese twins, Tower of Babel, cathedral spires. Sitting atop this immense rock formation are the Kissing Camels. At one of the entrances, Steamboat Rock and Balanced Rock are popular subjects for camera fans. Some of the most spectacular scenery is located here in the Central Garden area. Rock climbing is a popular sport in the garden. It's incredible to watch these agile climbers challenge the vertical cliffs. Pikes Peak is impressive no matter where you see it from within the park. Nature has displayed her beauty here with a lavish hand, and this garden indeed was sculpted by the hand of God. Perched far above rugged Williams Canyon is the entrance to the Cave of the Winds. It was the first attraction established in the Pikes Peak area, and it is a natural geological wonder. The cave is filled with extraordinarily beautiful formations, including draperies folded in stone, stalactites and stalagmites, and the delicately formed crystals and knobs that adorn the ceiling. It's been called the grandest mile of scenery in Colorado. Most visitors would agree that South Cheyenne Canyon, with the Seven Falls Creek cascading down it and the roaring Seven Falls, is one of the state's outstanding attractions. There are many caricatures silhouetted in the unique rock formations along the canyon walls, and the beauty of the shaded forests, babbling streams, and towering cliff walls create a lasting memory of this special place. The seven-tiered falls, together with its beautiful box canyon setting, is a sheer delight. Eagle's Nest, previously accessible only by stairs, now has a new mountain elevator, the Eagle's Nest Express. And this is especially true when snow covers the region and parts of the waterfall is frozen in time. You may view the falls even after dark when they're flooded with colored lights. This is a year-round attraction for the entire family. High up the side of Cheyenne Mountain, overlooking Colorado Springs, is one of the world's most unusual zoos. It is rated among the top 10 in the nation. The excellent animal collection is extremely varied and includes species from all parts of the globe. Higher still on the mountain is the fascinating Will Rogers Shrine, a great granite tower dedicated to America's beloved humorist. Near the tower is a bust of Will Rogers with the inscription, "I never met a man I didn't like." Inside the shrine is the Randall Davy mural of how life was in this region, and a complete pictorial record of Will Rogers' career. High in the mountains above Colorado Springs lies the old mining town of Cripple Creek. It is a Western legend. Nearly 100 years ago, the discovery of gold set off a huge rush to this place. The slogan was, "Pikes Peak or Bust." Historically, Cripple Creek was served by 3 railroads and 2 interurbans. At its peak, there were more than 80 schedules per day serving the busy mining city. Today, a 2-foot-wide gauge line takes visitors over a part of the roadbed of the long-abandoned Colorado Midland. The mountains around Cripple Creek are laced with hundreds of abandoned mines. At the peak of operation here, 475 mines poured forth their ore in a seemingly unending stream of riches. Altogether, the mines here produced over $500 million. In its heyday, the town grew to an incredible population of 50,000, the 4th largest in Colorado at that time. 10 miles north of Colorado Springs lies the prestigious buildings of the United States Air Force Academy. Over 1.5 million people pass through the visitor center here each year, making the Academy the most popular man-made attraction in the state. Our future Air Force officers train here against the spectacular backdrop of the mighty Rocky Mountains. The 17-spired All-Faith Cadet Chapel is one of the most photographed churches in America. Few schools on earth can boast a more beautiful or healthful setting than this one here on the 18,000-acre campus. America's finest young men and women undergo 4 years of thorough and rigorous training. The scholastic program is one of the most demanding and rewarding available. But their lives aren't all work and study. 16 varsity sports are scheduled at the Academy, including football, which is played in Falcon Stadium. Ice hockey and other winter sports are also very popular. For most Americans, there can be few more stirring sights than this, 40 squadrons in the cadet wing stride down the Bring Me Men ramp and onto the parade ground for the class graduation ceremonies. Located in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains just southwest of Denver, the Red Rock Amphitheater has been carved out of ancient layers of red sandstone. This 10,000 capacity natural auditorium took 12 years to complete. Denver is located at the highest elevation of any major American city. At 5,280 feet, its metropolitan area encompasses over 1.5 million people. It is the great metropolis of the Rockies. Once a small frontier town called Ouray at the confluence of Cherry Creek and the Platte River, Denver today bears little resemblance to that brawling, dusty village of yesteryear. Giant steel and glass towers soar toward the blue Colorado sky. This magnificent skyline contrasts sharply with the rugged mountains to the west. The Denver Civic Center features outstanding architecture. The elegant state capitol building with its real gold leaf dome was built in 1907. Traveling up the grade to the Buffalo Bill Museum, it is hard not to notice the world's largest single brewing facility, giant Coors Brewery in Golden. The winding Lariat Trail road to the top of Lookout Mountain provides many spectacular views of the surrounding countryside. The Buffalo Bill Museum and his gravesite are located at the top of the mountain. William Cody was born in 1846 and went on to become one of the great heroes of the Old West. He passed away in 1917 and is buried here atop Lookout Mountain. From the museum area, there's a wonderful view of distant Denver. The Colorado Railroad Museum lies just to the west of Denver in the old town of Golden. Way back in 1862, Golden was the territorial capital of Colorado. The 1880-style depot and yards display historical exhibits, old narrow-gauge locomotives as well as railroad and trolley cars. In addition, the museum exhibits some very unusual and interesting railroad vehicles. Several times a year, one of the old engines is fired up under a full head of steam, recreating those grand old days of early Colorado trains. Central City lies in the foothills of the Rockies. It was once known as the richest square mile on Earth. It was here that John Gregory first struck gold in 1859, and the great rush to Colorado was on. Winter can come early here, but winter or summer, Central City is rich in the history of those gold fever days. Winding Eureka Street displays saloons with swinging doors and all types of shops in a gaudy Old West manner. The old houses, still occupied today, reflect the style of the 1800s. A number of the more historic buildings are open to the public. Georgetown is one of the early silver and gold boom towns of the 1860s. But unlike many of the others, it has escaped destruction by fire. As a result, more than 200 of its historic old buildings still stand. Today's visitor to Georgetown can ride the exciting Georgetown Loop narrow-gauge train that runs from the Morrison Center to Silver Plume. This line was the main supply route to the mines in the area 100 years ago. Even in the 1800s, the ride attracted thousands of sightseers. Several different engines are used by the railroad. This one is a rare Shea engine. Today, visitors can ride the 45-minute loop, so named because the track loops over itself on a steel trestle at Devil's Gate, high above the stream bed. After 100 years, it's still an engineering marvel. Upon reaching Silver Plume, the train then returns over the same track to the Morrison Center near Georgetown. The Colorado Historical Society provides interpretive programs at the Morrison Center. Many beautiful mountain areas are adjacent to Interstate 70. The Chicago Lakes, Echo Lake, the remnants of the old mining towns are scattered throughout Colorado's mountains. Wandering through these old ghost towns today, you can appreciate the harsh life of the pioneers. Ashcroft is a weather-beaten vestige of its former self. There are only 9 structures left of this former mining town that once hoped to rival Aspen in importance. Leadville, the highest city in the country, offers sharp contrast to the picturesque city of Aspen to the west. In the winter, Aspen is one of North America's largest ski meccas. But during the summer, it's a popular place too, with music festivities and international humanities programs. Founded in the 1880s, it still retains its Victorian charm. Gas lamps line the pedestrian shopping mall. They're a nostalgic reminder of a distant past. In Colorado, the seasons are as pronounced as the mountains themselves. While they are all distinctive and beautiful, fall and winter have a special meaning for many. The Maroon Bells are said to be the most photographed peaks in Colorado. Their soaring summits were carved by vast glaciers. A glacial lake lies at the foot of the sharp snow-capped giants. The days become brisk, the nights colder. Fall has come to the Rockies. Northerly winds bring colder air still. Clouds envelop the mighty peaks and spread outward over the valleys. The leaves of fall are swept away by the winds of change. The cold rain falls. The ponds and lakes reflect the increasing changes of the skies. Winter has come to Colorado. Colorado is the nation's winter sports capital, and Aspen is the king of winter resorts here. Winter in Colorado seems like Christmas all year round.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Colorado boasts of more ski resorts than any other U.S. state or Canadian province. There are in all 36 major ski areas, including Vail, Breckenridge, Copper Mountain, Steamboat Springs, Snowmass, Buttermilk, Purgatory, Telluride, Crested Butte. But Aspen is the most famous. Its 4 huge mountains, each with its own distinctive terrain, are crossed by over 250 miles of trails. Colorado ski seasons produce millions of lift ticket sales a year. Skiers come from all over the world to enjoy the good life of winter in Colorado. Dry western Colorado offers a sharp contrast to the more moist slopes of the Rocky Mountains. The massive red sandstone formations of the Colorado National Monument are easily visible from the 23-mile Rimrock Drive near Grand Junction, the Colorado fruit-growing capital of the West. The 18,000-acre monument features enormous canyons and huge, unusually shaped rocks that have been sculpted by erosion. Dinosaur National Monument lies in an area of great scenic beauty. It encompasses 325 square miles stretching across the Colorado border into Utah. At the Visitor Center and adjoining quarry, you will find prehistoric displays of dinosaur bones. There are many fascinating exhibits, and you may be able to observe paleontologists working on fossils within the quarry. You will find exciting adventure here, whether it be rafting the white water of the Green River, exploring the rugged canyons, or simply hearing the story of this ancient land that was once roamed by the giant dinosaurs. Colorado's earliest history begins in the glaciated ribs of the mighty Rockies, in the shifting sand of the great sand dunes, in the fossiled bones of the prehistoric creatures that roamed this land. It continued later in the cliffs and deep canyons of the southwestern portion of the state, where primitive man fought the wild fight for survival. Today, this legacy of time has been carefully preserved for the enjoyment of all. But there is much more here. Colorado may well be our nation's most diverse state. Its natural wonders are overwhelming, and the pleasure derived from its diverse attractions and recreation are unmatched. Colorado is indeed magnificent.